Bisa dimulai, Pak?
Yap.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Robbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. For the first, all praises to be to Allah who has given us mercy and blessing until we can meet in here and face to face, even by meeting direct on all of online. And then for the second, peace and salutation, we don't forget for our Prophet Muhammad. The wrong way to the right way by Islam. Okay, for the start, I never forget to say thanks for our teacher, Mr. Muhammad Nur Ihsan, and then for our audience, the good boy and handsome boy and beautiful girl, all of you who has given me and given us for presentate for our topic today is who is Muslim. Okay, before we get going for our topic today, we wanted to introduce ourselves firstly. We are from third group of this string text of class C. And then for the first, our member of group he is Riohar Octavian Nur. But I'm sorry, Mister, he doesn't join and come to us. And then he is go away. We don't know. Hey, gotta do. Dia nggak ikut, Pak. Mohon maaf, Pak. Nah, okay, for the second member, as the first speaker from this topic today, he is coming from our brother, the handsome brother. He is Muhammad Fadli Al-Hadi.
Okay. Okay, and this time I want to presentation with you all about who is Muslim. In the early, some of Islamic group believed that Muslim who were not Jews were not Muslim at all. Jadi di awal masa-masa setelah kematian Rasulullah, beberapa kelompok Islam percaya bahwa Muslim yang nggak saleh belum jadi Muslim seutuhnya. So, Islamic group of opinion. She is believed that leader should come only from the close family of the Prophet Muhammad. It had to be one of the descendants of his daughter Fatimah and his son-in-law Ali bin Abi Thalib. But mainstream Sunni and Shia believed the rules fewness to desirable should not to be the only conquered. Jadi sebagian besar umat Islam merasa pemimpin masyarakat harus berasal dari suku Quraisy. Kaum Syiah percaya bahwa pemimpin harus datang hanya dari keluarga dekat Nabi. Jadi haruslah salah satu keturunan dari putrinya Fatimah dan menantu laki-lakinya Ali bin Abi Thalib, baik Sunni, arus utama, dan Syiah percaya bahwa kesalehan penguasa meskipun diinginkan seharusnya tidak menjadi satu-satunya perhatian. Oke, thanks very much.
Okay, before it's really for the next speaker, I'm sorry before for us for leaving about telling about what our topic insists for today. For the first, there is the early Islamic group, and the second is Islamic group talk about Muslim views, and then the consequence of hastily accusing someone of disbelief, and for the last, Islam is the Kalimah statement of faith. For the first instance, has taken talking from our brother, he is Muhammad Khalil Hadid. It is about the early Islamic group, tentang bagaimana pandangan-pandangan grup-grup Islam di masa dulu tentang bagaimana Muslim seutuhnya. Dan kemudian from the next is for our topic, Islamic group talk about Muslim views will be taught and will be presented by our handsome boy from our group. He is Muhammad Fikri Nugraha. Time to you, please.
Okay. I want to continue this presentation. Let me present about this topic. Okay. Radical group known as the Kharijis talk that anyone could be draller as long as he was pious. They also talk any less than pious people, including rallers, could be attacked and killed. Jadi setelah adanya opini dari Syiah dan Sunni, kemudian satu kaum juga yang bernama Khawarij memiliki opini tersendiri gitu. Mereka berpikir bahwa siapapun yang bisa menjadi penguasa asalkan as long as he was pious gitu. Asalkan dia itu soleh gitu. Kedengarannya sih menarik. Jadi seakan-akan Khawarij ini memikirkan bagaimana orang-orang dulu yang tidak soleh gitu, bahkan tidak muslim. Tapi disayangkan mereka ini beranggapan bahwa orang-orang yang kurang soleh atau selain muslim itu darahnya itu halal gitu, termasuk para penguasa. Jadi boleh diserang atau dibunuh gitu. Oke, next. For this reason, most Muslims found the radical views unacceptable. Unsurprisingly, after many civil wars and shedding of blood, this view almost completely died out. Nah, karena alasan ini, kebanyakan Muslim itu berpandangan bahwa pemikiran radikal Khawarij ini tidak dapat diterima gitu. Kenapa? Karena pemikiran mereka ini menghasilkan banyak peperangan saudara gitu atau pertumpahan darah antar sesama gitu. Bahkan hal yang ditimbulkan dari pemikiran mereka ini adanya perang saudara antar Muslim gitu, antar Muawiyah sama Ali bin Abi Thalib pada perang Siffin kalau salah ya. Tapi pemikiran ini pada waktu dulu itu pernah sempat hampir punah gitu. Tapi dalam waktu-waktu sekarang pemikiran mereka timbul kembali. Okay, maybe that what I can tell to you. Thanks for the attention.
Okay, thank you before for our brother. And for the next speaker the third speaker come from our brother, and some brother he is Yusfi Nidaul Khairi. Time for you, please.
Okay, thank you for Nilna as moderator. Okay, my friend, here I will to tell you about the Prophet Muhammad SAW perspective. So before going to the presentation, according to the presentation that given by my friends Fadli and Fikri, we can take conclusion that is this diversity in Islam, but actually we have not easy to say that he is kafir or she is kafir. Prophet Muhammad SAW has reminded us that the consequence of hasty declaration of disbelief would be disastrous. Ya, jadi dari kesimpulannya presentasi teman saya tadi, Fadli dan Fikri, bahwa kita tidak boleh sembarang mengatakan seseorang itu sebagai kafir atau bukan. Seperti halnya Khawarij, Syiah dan sebagainya tadi yang telah disebutkan. Prophet Muhammad SAW telah memperingatkan kepada kita bahwa konsekuensi menuduh seseorang itu sebagai kafir atau bukan, ini adalah sebuah bencana. If we go to the past, in the story of civil war between the leader Ali bin Abi Thalib, and then the wife of Prophet Muhammad SAW, Siti Aisyah, there is some war called by Jamal War, atau Perang Jamal or Perang Jamal. In this war, that there is some slander, some fitnah, the great slander between Ali and Siti Aisyah. There is misunderstanding. It's caused by woman that killed Utsman bin Affan. Jadi sebenarnya ini seperti yang cerita yang lampau yang ada di Perang Jamal, itu ada keterkaitannya antara Perang Jamal yang di situ antara Ali bin Abi Thalib dengan Siti Aisyah, karena itu berkaitan dengan kepemimpinan seperti tadi. Nah, setelah terjadinya peperangan itu muncullah Khawarij tadi dan Syiah yang mengatakan bahwa Ali itu kafir atau Muawiyah kafir. Nah, disitulah peringatan Nabi Muhammad itu dibuktikan. And then next slide. This is another hadith of Prophet Muhammad SAW. The first, cursing a believer is like killing him, and whoever curses a believer of disbelief is his sin is as if he had killed him. So if we easy to say that he is kafir, he is kafir, it means that we have killed him. Jadi kita boleh untuk membunuhnya. Itu akan mengganggu salah satu dari mereka. Jadi ketika mengutuk seseorang itu, diakah beriman atau tidak, itu akan menyebabkan sebuah bencana. Seolah-olah dia ini membunuhnya. No man accuse another man of sinfulness or unbelief except redoubt upon him if this companion is not like that. Itu tuh. Yes, the conclusion is I have explained to you. And then the last, this is the perspective or the opinion about the jurists between the 13th century of Ahmad ibn Umar al-Qurtubi. He wrote that the issue of takfir, accusing someone of not being a Muslim, is a dangerous one. So the problem of takfir, masalah mudah mengatakan seorang kafir, we call it by takfir here, is the one thing that is very, very dangerous. Is very, very dangerous that it can make a slander, the great slander. Jadi takfir ini sesuatu yang sangat berbahaya karena dia bahkan akan membuat sesuatu fitnah, bahkan fitnah yang besar. Many people have undertaken it and have fallen, whereas the understanding scholars have refrained from it and remain blameless. Jadi ini banyak orang jatuh, tertindas karena this dangerous problem, this slander. The outstanding scholars have refrained The majority thought it was unwise and theologically dangerous to accuse someone of not being a Muslim. The majority of scientists of Islam or ulama Islam is stay away from it to determine she is Muslim or not Muslim. Jadi kebanyakan many ulama, banyakkan ulama itu beranggapan menjauhi perkara menentukan seseorang itu Muslim atau tidak Muslim, because this is a theologically. The Muslim is mencakup is for belief, ya, belief, kepercayaan. Jadi menentukan seorang Muslim atau bukan Muslim itu bukanlah urusan kita, karena itu adalah sebuah kepercayaan mereka masing-masing. Jadi kita tidak berhak untuk menentukan dia Muslim atau tidak, karena ini sangat berbahaya. Bahkan ulama terdahulu menjauhi perkara ini, karena ini akan menimbulkan masalah yang sangat besar. That have been explained by hadis Rasulullah SAW, peace be upon him. Okay, that's it for me, and I give time back to the moderators.
Okay, thank you very much for the explaining about this topic for our brother Yusri Daul. For the last speaker is come from our very handsome boy in our group is Mr. Naufal Hibatullah. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the moderator. In here, I want to continue the presentation about this topic. Islam is the kalima, profession of faith. The profession of faith, the Shahada, is the most fundamental expression of Islamic beliefs. It simply states that there is no God but God and Muhammad is his prophet. In underscores the monotheistic nature of Islam. Jadi, karena alasan ini, kebanyakan ahli hukum Muslim awam mengadopsi pemahaman yang luas tentang apa artinya menjadi seorang Muslim. Ini dapat diringkas dalam pepatah Islam adalah kalimah, atau sering disebut pengakuan iman. Okay, next. The president of the European Council of Fatwa and Research, Sheikh Yusuf Al-Qaradawi, said in a fatwa included in the Amman message in 2005 and 1. He said, whoever bears witness that there is no God but God, and that Muhammad is the messenger of God, with sincerity from his heart, has become a Muslim, and what is due to him is what is due to the Muslim. And what he is obliged to do is what the Muslim are obliged to do, and he has attained salvation thereby 2005 and 1. Jadi, Presiden Dewan Fatwa dan Riset Eropa, Syekh Yusuf Al-Qaradawi, menyatakan dalam sebuah fatwa yang tertuang dalam Pesan Aman tahun 2005, barang siapa bersaksi bahwa tidak ada Tuhan selain Tuhan dan bahwa Muhammad adalah utusan Tuhan, dengan ikhlas dan hatinya telah menjadi seorang Muslim, dan apa yang menjadi haknya adalah apa yang menjadi hak kaum Muslim, dan apa yang menjadi kewajibannya yang harus dilakukan adalah apa yang wajib dilakukan Muslim, dan dia telah mencapai keselamatan karenanya. Jadi Presiden Dewan Fatwa ini, Yusuf Al-Qaradawi ini menyatakan bahwa ada Tuhan selain Allah dan bahwa Muhammad adalah utusan dari Allah. Enough. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the last speaker for explanation about this topic. And for the last, you can take about the summary. It will be summarized in the maxim by most early Muslim jurists adopted a broad understanding of what it means to be a Muslim. Jadi sampai di sini kita bisa menyimpulkan bahwasanya pernyataan who is Muslim tidak bisa diartikan secara specifically atau terbatas karena tidak ada ahli hukum untuk membatasi tentang definisi daripada siapakah Muslim itu. Maka dari itu seharusnya kita sebagai Muslim bisa menyelaraskan bagaimana sih seorang Muslim dan apa perbuatannya. Dan selama kita meyakini bahwa Allah merupakan dan Muhammad SAW adalah utusan Allah, maka kita termasuk dari orang Muslim. Okay, for this opportunity until here, who wanna be asking about question to us for new knowledge? Anyone else? We open about the question session. Anyone to ask? Anyone to ask?